In this episode of Adventures of an Old Sea Dog, I'm out on the boat. I get to test out my new wheels, dinghy wheels that is, and then it gets a tad windy.
There's white horses out there.
So, moved the boat. I wasn't quite happy. We were up at the point over there and we were getting a bit of swell coming in from the river. So we moved further up in the bay next to the other two yachts that are up here. And I'm glad I did it because it's much more tranquil. And I've got the dinghy off the side ready to go in the water and go on a little expedition. Got my water. It's hot. The weatherman today said it was going to be muggy and hot and raining, which means I can't have the hatches open and it's going to be like a sweatbox in the boat. So I didn't want to run Perkins much more today. Perkins on the engine, because he's a half ton of hot metal and he takes all night to cool down and it makes the boat hot. All right, so I'm going to lower this thing into the water, see if I can get it going. I tell you, it wasn't easy getting this like to this state here. You forget when you haven't done stuff for a while, your muscle memory goes and you forget how to do things. But it's all technique, a lot of this. Right, got my water. What could possibly go wrong? Got the oars just in case. So you've got the painter, that's the main thing. When the boat goes in the water, you want to make sure you got the rope. First time in the sea with the new wheels on. Well, launch was successful. See if I can get in it. I feel like an old man doing this. I used to leap in and out of this thing without a second thought. Right, make sure I got the rope. See, told you nothing works. When you haven't done it for a long time, nothing works. Right, okay, so got to get this donkey going. Fuel on, vent open. It's always confusing this. That should be there and that should be there. Okay, I won't film this bit, could be swearing. Also, as with everything on my boat, stop, what's that doing? Oh yeah, see, I gotta get that out of the water before we start the propeller. Why am I not remembering stuff? Okay. All right, okay. Yeah, as with everything on my boat, there's always something broken. This engine is stuck in forward gear, so as soon as I pull the cord, it's going to go, or not. Of course, it's stuck in gear, we're moving. There's not what I can do. Bye, Daddy. And you got to be careful with it until it's warmed up, otherwise it stalls. Yeah, Shadmeister. Well, still going. You have to ease off the throttle, ease up the throttle and down on the choke when it first starts until she's warmed up. She looks a long way from shore. I always do this. I think I'm close to shore, but I'm not. Anyway, that's okay for today. We don't mind. Taking a little trip to the headland. I didn't actually check to see how much fuel was in this. I turned around, the engine started to make a few funny noises and I thought, hang on, okay. And I forgot to bring my water with me, at least. I've got the oars. I'm going to go explore further on down back where we are. This is very beautiful. That's a look at the rain radar. And we're about an hour away before that hits us. So I can see that is some serious rain, and it's coming. It's been a strange day. It's been a good day. getting back into the swing of things, but trying to remember how to do things, and knowing what the weather is unusual, because for me sometimes it's a guessing game. But here in New Zealand we've got great coverage, and I have internet here on the boat while I'm in New Zealand, so I can see what's going on. So I know this is coming, and they're generally right, and the wind is blowing from the direction that it's supposed to be blowing from now, which is the northeast. So I'm happy where we are in this little bay. For us to sleep well. I might put a little bit more anchor chain out later if it starts blowing, but we're good. And Squeaky's on the deck, so she's happy. So I'm going to settle down for the night, have myself a little warm water shower. I think I've got some warm water in a black plastic bag that's on the deck there. I might just sprinkle a bit over my body. That'll be nice. Mustn't forget to close hatch. Somebody mentioned to me that I've a half-drunk can of beer on my solar panels up there. The other day after work, I thought I'd opened a can of beer, and then I thought, well, maybe I hadn't, and I opened another one. I did too. I had forgotten I'd put it up there while I was working on something back here. It's actually been up there through 2 fairly big blows. It'll be interesting to see if it still stays there. Maybe I'll sail around the world and get back to England with it still there. You never know. Turby's doing a good job, which is nice. I'll need the electricity tonight because I think I might run the fan below. Some friends just came round to say hello. They've also escaped from the marina. A nice morning this morning. My friends are over there, hunkered down. I'm glad I put this back on yesterday, keeping down here nice and warm and dry. The tin's still up there. Gonna see my friends. A couple of my friends from the marina came down here yesterday just for the weekend, so they were really nice and invited me over for dinner. And one of the problems we have here is there's nowhere to put your garbage, so they volunteered to take my garbage, the old Sea Dog's garbage, back to land to dispose of it. I'll send you a nice picture of your boat. Headed for the beach. The guys are gone. I'm going to come ashore in the dinghy, test out the new dinghy wheels. Yeah, the tide's coming up now, so I got to bear that in mind. First mistake, I nearly put my hand down here with the engine running, and it goes quite deep. Then they lock into place, but that was spinning. I've not thought about this, have I? No. This is the reason why I've got these. You can lift up the front of the boat and pull it up the beach using the wheels. That works well. The other thing to consider, of course, is that the tide is coming in. Before, it was a pain in the ass and impossible with this dinghy to take it all up the beach by yourself. Now I've got the wheels, I can pull it right up. The other thing to consider is, of course, I've just noticed a couple of girls down there.
There's white horses out there.
Got one of those situations that gets the old adrenaline going. Oh, I can see a squall coming. The weather is not doing what it's supposed to do. We're bouncing in the water and our backs are to the beach here. It gets quite shallow quite quickly behind the boat right now. We shouldn't be doing this. The weather should be coming from over there somewhere. And instead it's coming almost straight down from up there straight into the bay. It's one of those times you think, oh no, what do I do now? And I can try and get up there where I was before. I've now moved 3 times since I've been in this bay. But the sun is in my eyes, I can't tell what it's doing. hoping it'll come down a little bit, and then I'll be able to maneuver more safely. The thing is, I'm safe at the moment. I'm just if the wind comes round a few more degrees, I'm really going to get hit. But what do I do? Because bearing in mind that the forecast's been wrong. They've been wrong for the last couple of days. And this wind was supposed to be 2 days ago, not now. But now we got it, and I don't know what to do. I think what I'm going to do is wait. It stays light until 8 o'clock. The tide is good. I've got plenty of water, so I can maneuver. I'm hoping usually this sort of thing will come down usually when the sun goes down. I could do with a beer, but I can't drink while this is going on. It's a couple of hours later, and I've been checking the weather forecast every half an hour. It's definitely coming down a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely coming down now, and the change of direction is due in an hour, which will put us more in shelter than we are at the moment. And as you can see from the turbine behind me here, it's not as frantic as it once was. I've decided not to move. I put Squeaky on the deck, just so everything's on the boat if something happens. And yeah, that was fun getting her on. I had to get the engine off and then get her on the deck in the wind. But the sun's going down. I'm going to have a walk around the deck and check everything. Well, I think we're okay up here. Time to go below and make something to eat. I'm starving. Early to bed. I sleep with one eye open tonight though. Been looking at the beautiful scene in the fields behind the boat. You wouldn't think that it'd been blowing a hoolie. Oh, you see Shaddy's turning again. She does this, look. Hello Shaddy, I was just filming that. Do you mind not swinging around? Thank you. She still does that. After all these years, I start to film something and Shaddy likes to get in on the act. Love this old tree. After the weather had calmed down again, I wanted to get off the boat just to get some exercise, stretch my legs. This, of course, is a great time again to check out the dinghy wheels. And this is a sort of beach that you can't drag a boat over. Those shells are razor sharp. Then I came across 2 chairs and something I dislike. Steps. Lots of steps, all going upward. Why can't they build them so they go downward? I was hoping that this would lead across the peninsula and a nice walk, but it was obviously private land, somebody's house up there, so I said hello to this tree and turned back. But at least it was all downhill, being careful obviously not to fall off the hill. That's the last thing I wanted to do. Moving the boat today. It's always a panic when you're trying to move the boat to get everything done that you want, and that includes washing the dishes. I hate having dirty dishes in case it's like going out and wearing clean underwear in case a bus hits you, you know, something happens. I don't want people to come on board and see dirty dishes. Right, I know I'm mad. This beautiful bay has been my home for a week and a half. I'm actually trying to do some visa work. I got to renew my visa and I'm having problems, so I'm going to have to go back to the marina for a little bit to sort that out, because the only helpline they've got is a landline. It'll only take landline calls and not mobile phone calls. Who the hell has a landline these days? Anyway, so I'm also going to go around to this other place first for a couple of days, because there's a fish and chip, there's a pub with fish and chips there, so I'm going to try that as a little treat. Right, time to get things ready for moving. There's some beautiful little places here. Nice lady in a canoe. Try not to run her down. And then, yes, lovely. Much of this area was settled by the Scottish back in the day. You may remember we looked at an old settler's graveyard a few episodes back. Names like MacLeod, and that's Monroe's Bay. Yeah, so a Scottish settler, they went everywhere back in the day to get away from the Scottish weather, no doubt. Sorry for Scottish people watching, but you know what I'm saying. What a beautiful place to settle. This little peninsula here has so many different types of trees. I mean, to me, they're all green. The green trees. This reminds me so much of Panama back in the day when we took the boat through the Panama Canal. Going this close, past loads of green stuff. And being able to just look out at views like this from the boat was pretty awesome. Right. I've got to try and find an anchorage. The main thing now, I've got to concentrate. I've got to find an anchorage that's near the pub. Oh, hello, big red thing. That's nice. He slowed down. Still a hell of a weight though. Look at that. These boys don't realize just what a trail of disaster they leave behind them sometimes. We're in the bay. I got to find somewhere to anchor now. Got my nice duds on. Thought I'd make the effort. Going ashore, the idea is to go and get either a pizza or a burger or something at this pub that's down here. I've been here before, and they also do fish and chips. So I haven't had anything like that for quite some time. So I'm going to treat myself.
There wasn't much in the way of water under the boat.
We passed low tide, and at low tide I had less than a metre. Probably 2.5 feet of water under the boat. Which is okay as long as it's not slamming. In rough weather, a local actually came round. He recognised me, came over and said hello, nice guy. And he said, yeah, you're okay here as long as it's not slamming. You don't want to hit the bottom hard.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please help us get to that 100,000 subscriber count. Press the subscribe button and the little dingy bell. Then you'll be notified every time there's a new old Sea Dog video. And a huge thank you to my patrons who make it all happen. Thank you so much. Real-time updates, Facebook and Instagram.